Well, part of the international situation that you referred to includes the institution of the Organization of American States. And Ana Delgado is the Panamanian ambassador to that institution, previously having been the ambassador to the United Kingdom. So it would be very interesting to hear Panama's perspective on the current situation in Venezuela.
Thank you, Ambassador. And it's really an honor for me to be among these distinguished people and in this panel. First of all, I would like to say that the position of the Republic of Panama has been very clear. The President was in this forum this morning, and he said very clearly, not only now, but since the beginning of his government, that we are in the right part of history. We're in the side among María Corina Machado and Edmundo González Urrutia since day one after we saw the results of the elections. Having said that, it's very important that you understand that this is not a problem of Venezuela alone. This is a problem of all of us. And we in Panama have been experiencing this for many years now in the Darien Gap. So far this year, we have had 220,000 people going through the Darien Gap. And this is a problem, not only a humanitarian crisis, but it's also an environmental problem. All this jungle called the Darien Gap, that is the frontier between Colombia and Panama, we have been seeing people coming up, and as the President also said this morning, the barrier between the U.S. and the rest is not in Mexico, is in Panama, in Darien. It's also important to mention that the day of his inauguration, he signed with the United States a memorandum of cooperation in migration matters, and that was really a very important signal of how relevant this situation is for our government. And of course, as the ambassador said, in the OIS, since our arrival in the first Permanent Council, we discussed the Venezuelan situation. The first council happened on the 31st of July, just a couple of days after the elections in Venezuela, and we will continue discussing this situation in the next meetings. We have another Permanent Council on October the 3rd, and we're planning to have some people that we are organizing together with our allies, just for the people to understand the relevance of this problem that, as I said in the beginning, is not a problem of Venezuela, it's a problem of all of us, and definitely you have Panama as an ally to this situation.
Sure.
Thank you, Ambassador. So precisely I wanted to say that because we had a military dictatorship in Panama, and the government that came after that, and going back to what Mr. Rafael said to us, it will be very difficult to recover after it. And believe it or not, that government recovered pretty fast and much faster than people thought. So I was talking yesterday actually with Juan, and he said something really interesting, and he said to me, the most important is when people have confidence. So I fully understand that when this battle will be won, because I have no doubt that we will win this battle, the confidence will come, and I'm sure the economy will just flow. So yes, Ambassador, we had that experience in Panama, and the results are what we have now as a country, and we have had elections since then, since 1989 until date, and the country recovered perfectly.
So this is a very positive note on which to end our conversation, and to say, and I've looked at the various examples, that the situation that evolved in Panama was one of the examples, very successful examples of regime change